writes, should Messianic congregations conduct evangelistic efforts? It seems that many Torah-observant believers are more concerned with converting their church-going friends and family. How do we reach out to the lost with our message? Is it different than how the church does it? That's a very good question. And I think the answer is yes, we should still do evangelistic efforts. However, one of the big problems that I see is that the Christian church constantly is trying to leave and go to a third world country to give the gospel. Now, I'm not saying that those people don't deserve the gospel. And yes, those efforts are very good efforts. But to me, it's kind of like, what about the community around you? What about the people right around, your house and your congregation? And it's almost the idea of, well, we've given them the gospel and they didn't accept it, so we're going somewhere else. I think that one of the ways that we reached the outside world, this is personal opinion. This is just my personal thought. One of the ways that we reach the outside world is by showing an extreme amount of love and compassion, and doing so lovingly and giving, and just trying to live out the commands of the Almighty, of Yeshua, to love our neighbor as ourselves, and to love the Lord our God with all our heart, mind, and strength.
Right, and having the backbone of the Torah as where discipleship orients you to. That's the thing. Part of the Great Commission is discipling. And what is making disciples means making learners, right? A disciple, a talmid, means you're a lomed, you're learning. And there's a whole orientation. It means your growth of your faith is primarily one of learning, which means you're studying the scriptures. It means you're taking the words of Yeshua totally seriously. And that involves taking the commandments seriously, and that whole world. And I think, I haven't studied a lot of this, but I know that some of the big time evangelical efforts like Billy Graham, etc., really didn't produce long-term fruit. In other words, it was in Yeshua's parable, and some of the things I've heard and read, that it was more like seed falling on the wayside. The birds come and steal it away. The discipleship is a long-term, lifelong journey, and it's not drive-through, freeze-dried, pick it up at the window kind of thing. And
it's also not condemnation.
Right. Exactly.
I saw a great documentary about it.
When John the Baptist was preaching, he was preaching to Jews who, knew the Torah already.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. I saw a great documentary about I don't know, Anglican priest or something. Basically, he outreached to gang members. And the way that he did that was by telling them, I'm always here for you. I know you're still gangbanging. I know, but, if you ever want to talk, I'm always here for you.
Amen. That's awesome.
And, where other people would have been scared, these guys got huge tattoos on their face. They're gangbanging, they're killing people, all sorts of stuff. And instead of, you shouldn't be doing this, those kind of things, he's sitting there saying, hey, man, I'm always here to talk to you. If you ever need help, just let me know.
That is...
And
Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. That's the kind of thing where someone's actually putting their life into the ministry like that and saying, you know what, I'm here for the long term. Because really, some of those people, it might be several years. They'll ping every once in a while, and then slowly they'll realize everything else around them has changed, but that guy's still standing on the rock.
Well, and the issue is that, this guy has built now the largest gang ministry in all of the United States, and probably one in all the world.
Wow.
But there are things that I do. A lot of people always, the controversy of me wearing a yarmulke, it never ends. I'm constantly talking about that with fellow believers. But the main reason that I wear a yarmulke is because it opens dialogue. I am asked almost on a daily basis, I would say 5 times a week, someone that I don't know walks up to me and asks me if I'm Jewish or tries to strike up a conversation with me about religion. It's an opener. There's other reasons why I wear it as well. I don't believe it's a commandment, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with not wearing a yarmulke. But that's one of the main reasons, is because it strikes up the conversation. So yes, I think that we should be doing evangelistic efforts.